It sucks to know that in 2021, you can be fired from your job, kicked out of an industry, and blacklisted from it simply for allegations made against you from anonymous accounts on social media. Companies do not care how loyal of an employee you've been. They only care about milking you for all that you're worth, and then when you have one accusation made against you, they fire you and throw you to the wolves. And that is exactly what happened with Quinton Flynn. Now, I talked about the situation in depth in another video, but back in November 2020, there was an anonymous Twitter account that came forward compiling accusations made against Quinton Flynn, and they were saying how he was grooming fans, being inappropriate with people, taking advantage of women, and yet they provided little to no evidence besides a handful of screenshots from supposed text messages and supposed messages on social media that obviously could have been faked, and one voice message that's completely scrubbed from the internet. These messages had no context behind them besides very small snippets of supposed messages between the two. Now, besides that, there wasn't much of any evidence, and that anonymous Twitter account actually was deleted not long after those accusations were made, which was pretty damn suspicious. Now, as far as we knew, there wasn't any court cases, none of these fans went to police, and obviously if these allegations made against him were true, a lot of people would rightfully be upset and would rightfully be angry. But Quinton Flynn at that point hadn't made any statements over the past couple of months since the accusations were initially made, and just a few days ago, Blizzard announced in patch notes that all of the lines that he recorded in World of Warcraft would be completely removed. He voiced kael'thas Sunstrider in World of Warcraft since Burning Crusade. He worked for Blizzard even before that, and Blizzard hadn't even made an official statement as to why they just up and fire him, even though they've worked with him for many, many years. But it wasn't really hard to guess that it was because of these anonymous, completely unproven accusations made against him, and now Quinton Flynn has actually made a statement, and boy, does it paint a very interesting picture. According to him, he was stalked, harassed, and that anonymous Twitter account was made by someone who threatened to have his career ruined. So as you can see at the time of making this video, he put up these statements 21 hours ago, and right after he posted this, I got the notification from his account, and I had retweeted it and said recently made a video defending Quinton Flynn after Blizzard decided to erase his past work from World of Warcraft over unproven accusations. He's officially responded to the allegations made against him. Here's my video from a few days ago, and I had linked it, but I want to read to you everything he said here because it is so incredibly important, because he hasn't gotten a chance to defend himself. When the accusations came out a couple of months ago, he stayed quiet. I think that he was hoping that the accusations would just simply blow over, because no one was taking them seriously because there was such little evidence, quote unquote, that they were using against him to try to ruin his career. But let's start reading because there is quite a lot here. So it says, by now, many of you have been made aware of a Twitter account called @BewareQFlynn that made various false accusations against me from November 2020 onward. This account was dedicated solely to smearing my name and attempting to remove me from my many roles, whether by harassing my employers or by spreading misinformation in a bid to turn the public and the entertainment industry against me. The person responsible for this account, Kristen or Chrissy Rose, is someone with whom I had a very brief virtual relationship with in the summer of 2019. This relationship, while conducted entirely online as we had never met in person, was 100% consensual. I have never accosted fans for explicit images or conversations, nor have I ever groomed anyone. Any other labels or rumors of such a nature as perpetuated by Christian are patently false. Using her platform, she released explicit audio of a sexual nature and claimed that I sent it to her unprovoked, and she pieced this audio together from consensual conversations that took place over the course of our relationship. Yes, there was a voice message, and it did sound like him. Obviously, these things can be faked, and like he said, Clearly, you can piece together audio, you can piece together screenshots, and that's why a lot of allegations that come out online, a lot of people don't believe instantly because we want more proof, we want more evidence, we want more than just one or two screenshots, and the main piece of evidence that was being used against him was this supposed voice message that, was, yeah, explicit, but we didn't know the context behind it, and I think that that's a big problem with social media, is that people can show you whatever they want, and they don't show you the full context of a conversation, and then you end up asking more questions than you have the answers to. But continuing on, it says, she recorded and distributed this audio without my knowledge or consent, and I am incredibly hurt that she would use it against me and attempt to mischaracterize me. Within 2 days of Kristen somehow finding out about my new marriage, the Beware Q Flynn account was launched and the audio was posted. The timing of these events indicated to me that this was transparently done out of revenge for ending our relationship for over a year prior. It definitely sounds like she was hurt, she was upset that he was already moved on, maybe she wasn't moved on, clearly she wasn't moved on if she did this, but it sucks that on social media people dedicate time to making an account just to ruin someone's career. What that she did was she made a fake account just to compile quote-unquote evidence against him on, and just to smear him, just to tag Blizzard constantly, tag Funimation constantly, tag any companies he was working for to hopefully get him fired from his jobs. But continuing on, it says, Kristen befriended another woman with whom I had a casual long-distance relationship with, Chloe. Kristen used the Beware Q Flynn account to spread a lie that I attempted to assault Chloe, and this accusation is absolutely, unequivocally false, and Chloe has since admitted that this event never could have happened. I have never had non-consensual sexual relations with anyone in my life. Scrolling down, it says, eventually, someone that I believe to be a friend, EJ, told Kristen the story that I had harassed her as well. EJ sent along a cropped image of us from a 2015 photo shoot she had invited me to, and claimed that I licked her without consent, and she also claims to have blocked me because this incident, and that I have refused to apologize to her. Let me be clear, the pose in this photo, and all of the poses from this photo shoot, were staged. There has never been any indication to me that I have ever made her uncomfortable. She never blocked me, nor did she ask for any kind of apology. When you say that you've asked someone for an apology, you've blocked them, clearly it sounds like you're trying to say I tried to distance myself as much as I could from them, but he is saying that she never blocked me, she never asked for an apology, she never made a big deal about this situation to me in private, only in public. So, continuing on to the next screenshot, it says Kristen also used her account to circulate a video from me in 2008 pecking a young woman on the lips at a convention in Canada. This woman now claims that I did so at random without consent, and this is simply untrue, and I have testified to this fact in court under oath. This video clip has been taken out of context, and it does not show that off camera, and she and her friends requested that I give her a kiss. See, this is the problem with the internet, is that you can take anything out of context. This situation clearly sounds like it was taken out of context to try to be used against him, and it's failed now because he is saying, clearly I was at a convention, it was in public, I did it because she asked me to, and they cut it in a specific way that made it look like I was guilty. They didn't add all of the context to it. But it actually says, as many of you heard, I had to file an order of protection against Kristen as a result of her persistent stalking, harassment, and threats. The claim that I have silenced anyone is completely unfounded. Petitioning for a protective order was a good faith effort to put an end to the harassment campaign. Not only was she using her Twitter account to attack me, she was also found in court to be making anonymous accounts on multiple platforms in order to harass my wife, my mother-in-law, and my own mother. This is absolutely terrible that he went through all of these things. He had to go to court to try to get a protection order against her because she was stalking him, harassing him, and not only him, but his family, his wife, his mother-in-law, and his own mother. He is coming out saying, I tried my best to get her to leave me alone, yet she basically went online to try to ruin his career because he wouldn't acknowledge her, because he wouldn't give her the time of day like she wanted. So she basically said to herself, well, I'm gonna try my best, my very, very best to ruin his career because I'm mad at him. And the last screenshot says it was the judge's decision to have the Beware Q Flynn page taken down in the hopes that she would put an end to the constant threats and stalking. I mentioned in my last video how the account was deleted because it was actually remade in February. Maybe it wasn't her that remade it, but it was remade. But he is saying the reason why it was deleted and taken down was because a judge ordered her to. That is absolutely crazy. It says Kristen represented herself in court and she was given the opportunity to present her evidence, and she cross-examined me on the stand and I refuted her baseless accusations under oath. Nothing about the hearing was unfair in any way, and ultimately, listen to this, the judge ruled that she had obsessively stalked me, my family, my friends, and my professional associates. His hope for her was that she would cease the assassination of my character and get the help that she needs. He brought her to court, he got a protection order against her, and she was found in court to be lying. She didn't try to defend herself at all. She didn't have any sort of accusations that added up with evidence. It says right here that the page was taken down. You know, the judge found that she had obsessively stalked him and his family and his friends and his associates. That is absolutely disgusting that you were so mad about someone breaking up with you. You tried to ruin their career, you stalked them, you stalked their family. I mean, you basically uprooted their lives and tried to ruin Quinton Flynn's life. It finishes off with, due to the unpredictable nature of this individual and in the interest of keeping my family safe, I have remained silent on this matter under the advice of counsel. I can no longer continue to allow these claims about me go undressed, and I was shocked and saddened to see the news of my replacement in No More Heroes 3 and World of Warcraft. This means that these companies didn't even talk to him, didn't even acknowledge his existence when they decided to fire him. If they had, they would have known that he went through this situation. Like Blizzard could have reached out to him, talked to his legal team, saw the evidence, and went, yeah, obviously these accusations are baseless. You went to court, you did everything you could. But instead, Blizzard decided to erase his existence from World of Warcraft without even consulting him. Same goes with the company behind No More Heroes 3. This is absolutely disgusting. The companies just instantly believe baseless accusations online. Accusations with no evidence behind them, instead of going to the person who is on the other side of the harassment, Quinton Flynn in this case. They didn't even go to him, they didn't even try to talk to him, and it doesn't sound like they tried to work it out with him at all. I think that it's terrible that people can just simply make an accusation about someone and get their careers ruined. Imagine working so hard to pursue your dream career and then piss off the wrong person and they accuse you of doing disgusting things. This man's career has been vaporized in the span of half of a year over unproven accusations, and I think that that is absolutely terrible. It's terrible that companies support cancel culture, don't go to the source to find out their side of the story, and it's disgusting that we live in a time where people are instantly guilty until proven innocent, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, not in the court of Twitter and company opinions. But let everyone know your thoughts on this situation in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like and share it. If you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.